The entry list for 2026 has been revealed. During IMSA's traditional State of the Sport address ahead of Motul Petit Le Mans, the series officially unveiled the entry list for the highly anticipated 2026 season, and there is a lot to unpack. It's been confirmed that at least 45 cars will compete full-time in the WeatherTech SportsCar Championship next year, and the announcement brought plenty of surprises. We've got new and returning teams, some unexpected comebacks, a few noticeable absences, and even the arrival of one particular entry that has gained global attention. By the way, the list that I'm about to show you isn't the complete entry list for next year, as there are still a few teams that are finalizing their participation for either full-time entries or Michelin Endurance Cup entries. First up, we have GTP with 11 cars confirmed on the grid this year. The number 6 and number 7 Porsche Penske Motorsport 963s return, in addition to the 2 Cadillacs from Wayne Taylor Racing, the 10 and the number 40. Then we see the return of the fan favorite number 23 Aston Martin Valkyrie run by the Heart of Racing team, with Aston Martin embarking on their second season in IMSA GTP. And that car is followed by the number 24 and number 25 BMWs, this time run by Team WRT, who will take over from RLL after the 2025 season comes to an end. The American squad of Action Express Racing also returns to the grid with that single number 31 Whelen Cadillac, which is on the grid in addition to the number 60 and number 93 Acuras, thanks to Meyershank Racing. And finally on the GTP grid is the number 85 JDC Miller Motorsports Porsche 963. Moving on to LMP2, which sees a confirmed 12-car entry list, including the number 2 and number 22 United Autosports Orcas, the 04 Crown Strike by APR entry, the number 8 Tower Motorsports, the number 11 TDS Racing, and the number 18 Era Motorsports Orca. Next, we have the new number 37 Orca, thanks to John Field's Intersport Racing team, which has joined the endurance scene for the first time since 2011, followed by the number 43 Inter-Europol competition, the number 52 Brian Herta Autosport by PR1 Matthias and Motorsports entry, the number 61 Team Tonus, the number 73 Pratt Miller Motorsports Orca, and finally, completing the grid once again is the number 99 Spike AO Racing car. Just like the P2 category, GTD Pro features a 12-car entry list, and I'll start off with the number 1 Paul Miller Racing car, but the manufacturer for this entry is unconfirmed as of right now. Then we have the 2 Corvettes from Pratt Miller Motorsports, which are those number 3 and number 4 entries, followed by the number 9 Pfaff Motorsports Lamborghini and the number 14 Vassar Sullivan Lexus. Then we have a new pro entry, which is the 033 Triarsi Competizione Ferrari, which will only compete in the Michelin Endurance Cup rounds. And then we have a very exciting comeback from Risi Competizione with their number 62 Ferrari 296, which will only compete in the MEC rounds as it did in years prior. Multimatic Motorsports are back in pro with the 64 and 65 Ford Mustangs, and so is 75 Express with their number 75 Mercedes, but this car will only compete in the Michelin Endurance Cup rounds. Next up, we have AO Racing with the number 77 Rexy Porsche, and then a fan favorite entry is joining the grid, the number 911 Manthey Racing Grello Porsche. More on that entry in just a moment though. Finally, we have GTD, which features a confirmed 19-car entry list, including the number 12 Vassar Sullivan Lexus, the number 13 Corvette from 13 Motorsports, which is AWA. Then we have Riley returning to GTD with the number 16 Ford Mustang, which I'll get into in just a moment, the number 19 Van der Steur Racing Aston Martin, the number 21 AF Corsa Ferrari, which stays as a Michelin Endurance Cup entry, the 021 Triarsi Competizione Ferrari, which also stays as an MEC entry. Then we have the number 27 37 Heart of Racing Aston Martin, the 34 Conquest Racing Ferrari, the 36 DXDT Corvette, the number 45 Wayne Taylor Racing Lamborghini, the number 57 Windward Racing Mercedes, then comes the number 66 Gradient Racing Ford Mustang, followed by the number 70 Inception Racing Ferrari. Lone Star Racing are back in GTD with that MEC entered number 80 Mercedes, followed by the return of Dragon Speed to GTD with the number 81 Ferrari, and RS1 are on the grid in the WeatherTech Championship with the number 83 entry. Then we have the number 96 Turner Motorsports BMW, which was already confirmed to return to the grid, followed by the 120 Wright Motorsports Porsche, and finally completing the grid is the number 912 Manthey Racing Porsche. Now, let me quickly summarize what has changed. In GTP, there aren't many changes compared to 2025, but the Lamborghini SC63 is not returning as was confirmed earlier in the year, and it seems the number 5 Mustang sampling Porsche 963 from Proton Competition isn't going to be on the grid unless that entry is confirmed later on, but it's very possible that Proton Competition might not be on IMSA's grid at all in 2026. To be honest, I'm a little disappointed to not see an additional Porsche from JDC Miller Motorsports, as was rumored a lot during this year. However, the entry list has not been finalized just yet, so it's very possible that we could still see that potential Porsche on the grid. For LMP2, there are a lot of changes. Intersport Racing and Brian Herta Autosports are on the grid full-time, and an entry that I did not expect to be on the grid but is the number 61 Team Tonus LMP2. This car, of course, impressed with a one-off appearance at Road America earlier in the year, and I'm excited to see what Team Tonus can do as they head into the full WeatherTech SportsCar Championship season in 2026. Two entries that are notably missing from LMP2 include the AF Corsa car and the number 74 Riley. Now, it was already confirmed earlier that Riley was not going to return in LMP2 as they switched to GTD for 2026, but it's a little surprising to not see the number 88 PCOM Racing AF Corsa car on the grid in 2026. But maybe that's another one of those entries that will come later through another announcement from IMSA. By far, GTD Pro has the most storylines, and I could honestly make a whole separate video just on this 2026 entry list for this specific class. First off, you've probably noticed that Paul Miller Racing only has one car listed on the grid, and that's likely because they'll switch manufacturers. Meanwhile, Random Vandals isn't listed on the grid, but that doesn't mean they won't be at one point, as the team is expected to take over PMR's job of running the BMW M4s. It's wonderful to say that Racing Competizione is back. They were sorely missed in 2025, and it's great to see the Daytona winning 62 Ferrari return to the grid. But this does mean that Ferrari's partner Dragon Speed will switch back to GTD. By the way, for the first time ever in IMSA competition, two Ferrari 296 GT3s will compete in GTD Pro on a consistent basis thanks to the teams of Triarci and Risi. Finally, the big news story coming out of the State of the Sport address is that Manthey Racing is joining IMSA. The famous Grello Porsche won the 24 Hours of Nürburgring in 2021, and the car currently competes in DTM as well. So it's going to be awesome to see the Grello Manthey car make its US debut in 2026. For GTD, the big storyline is that Riley is returning to the class for the first time since 2023 when they ran the Kelly Moss car, and they'll be bringing the fourth Ford Mustang to the grid. Meanwhile, another change is that Manthey will also compete in GTD with the number 912 Porsche, while Van der Star Racing is listed to move to a full-time role instead of competing in the Michelin Endurance Cup rounds only with their Aston Martin Vantage. Finally, the squad of Rennsport 1 is the next team to join the WeatherTech series from the Michelin Pilot Challenge. The team currently competes in the support series from IMSA with a Porsche 718 GT4, and they'll be making the step up to the big championship next year, likely with a Porsche GT3 car. Although the particular car they'll run is unconfirmed as of right now. So that completes the breakdown of the 2026 IMSA entry list revealed at the State of the Sport address. But now I'm really interested to know what you think about this entry list and which teams you'll be supporting next year. Well, be sure to let me know all your thoughts in the comments below.